Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Abela lokan yo. Kago so aduro. Hey. Awaye. Atioro a. Yao. Abela lokan yo. Nibi to jogba yi. Nibi to yamba. Ma ti si mo pen yo. Manager Gigi. Ouais, que jamais forcé. Si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco, Noska, Yassin de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Want to thank you again for joining us this evening. We say thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. So what? Jesus Christ. Hello, I'm on air. Can I call you back? Okay. Oh, Jesus. You got to satisfy everybody, folks. We're Liberians anyway. But anyhow, thank you for tuning into Liberian Public Radio. We appreciate it. We want to thank you tonight. I'm sitting in tonight for Mr. Saul, who is under the weather and also doing some undercover, whatever. Samson tour. I want to thank you guys very much for joining us again tonight. Thank you. Let's have fun together. It's Friday evening. Friday. Share this video as much as you can. Share it to everyone who's listening and who wants to be part of the conversation tonight. And we will do our best to be able to have some fruitful conversation here again tonight. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again tonight. As we come before you tonight, my Lord, we ask you to take complete control. Come to our hearts. Come into our hearts. Let us see that being on this public forum, you don't have to be vengeful. My Lord, things that will come out of our mouth tonight, guide it. Divorce it from all hate. Divorce it from all jealousy. Divorce it from all envies. My Lord, we want to thank you. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we will be here again tomorrow. My Lord, that kind of power you have over us is Yungamba. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for everything you do for us. Those of us that know you and believe in you, we are not embarrassed, we are not shameful to come here in public manner to say thank you, because your power on us is good and it's helpful, and we want to thank you. My Lord, we want to thank you for the Republic of Liberia. We want to thank you for the people of the Republic of Liberia. We want to ask you to bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. We ask that you bless the United States of America, the host country. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, folks, let's go ahead. Again, those of you that are watching for the first time, we'd like to do this here. This is Nathaniel Crideport, the station manager of LPR. He has his own YouTube channel. Just put Nathaniel Crideport and you will see what he does. He's very good. He's the station manager for LPR. He's been station manager from day one of LPR. He's the brain behind LPR, and we want to thank him for that. Thank you, Na. Thank you, Na. Keep up the good work. So as I stated earlier, I'm setting in for Mr. Soul tonight. But I'm not setting in and bringing along with his conservative idea. That's not happening. I'm setting in. He knew very well that I'm a liberal, but he's conservative. He asked me to set in for him. So I'm bringing in my own liberal idea. If you think because I'm setting in for Mr. Soul, I will come here and be a conservative tonight, you're mistaken. Samson told Liberal Public Radio. So, okay. So, Friday evening, thank God. Those of you that are tuning into Liberia Public Radio tonight, it's a wonderful thing for you, and we say thank you. We respect that, and we thank you very much for your continued support of Liberia Public Radio. Just one or two things I want to talk on my Tabata here, and hopefully the analysts will join me tonight. If not, I will continue to talk Tabata. I can't talk. I don't need people. I don't need anybody to help me to talk. A big year. But on a very serious note, this election, you see, this is the difference between this Unity Party and by President Baka and CDC President Weah. When I was in Liberia during the inaugural program, and people, that's not they say, I know some because it affected some relatives of mine. Sedition was going around after the election. The inaugural program, they were going to use CDC. So CDC member, no, okay, get out of the office. We're bringing CD. And they were pardoning their people in there. But before that, there was a clear understanding. Anyone that going to join CDC as a collaborator will not let you do. There's certain thing you're not coming to take over CDC. You are coming to be part, but there's an agreement, understanding that there. See, this new government, President Baka government, I'm not too sure what is happening. And for me, it's a bad precedent that is being set. Mr. Ru, I say, Ru, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. It's a bad precedent that's being set. Because if you're going to go to run campaign for any position, yeah, you expect people whose ideas are in line with you to come on your side and campaign. But from all indication, they are telling the Liberian people that I'm in line with Ambassador Baka during the campaign, and then after the campaign, they're not coming out and say, give me a job, because I campaign for you. I'm making recommendation because we campaign for you. It's a bad precedent that's being set. So are you saying and I'm going to repeat that again. Are you saying you campaign because you wanted a job and it's not about Liberia? It's a very serious problem. And I hope that the like of Councillor Gonglo is watching and making sure that the next time he gets in a race, Anybody that want to come and join in, there must be a clear understanding that you're joining me to run the campaign for me to be president, to do whatever I have to do for Liberia. But are you coming in for job? Yes, okay, come with me. That's an understanding. But you can't come in after everything you say, give me job. The president already have within him an achievable goals that he set. He's an educated man. He knows exactly what he wants. So how does he achieve these goals that he set? Because he have those goals set with certain group of people in mind to carry out the objective of each of the goals. Because he believed that the goal he has set for himself to accomplish for Liberia, there are certain individuals that he has identified to say these people will be at this position because they have the ability to carry out my objective of these goals. But now, Liberians are trying to circumvent, saying to Ambassador Baka, we campaign for you, employed us. The question then is on a very serious and serious note, and I'm not trying to be condescending to those brothers and sisters that are seeking position from this Unity Party government. That's not the issue for me. What I'm asking is, you're saying you want a job in this government. So because you campaign and perhaps you are much more forceful and you got big mouth and the people are listening to you. So because of that, they must give you job, even if you are not part initial planning of carrying out the objective of these goals. Is that not a recipe for failure, my brothers and sisters? Is that not a recipe for failure? Because the president, I will argue that the president is an educated man. And those of you that are educated, I'm not one of those, but those of you that are educated, every day, every year, every 10 years, you set goals. And you say, I'm going to try to achieve these goals. Not necessarily you're going to be successful, but when you set goal and you say, I'm going to try to achieve X, Y, and Z. So the president, I believe that he has set goals in carrying out certain activities. So you're saying that whatever he has in mind, those he has identified long before, that he knew they have the ability to carry out the objectives that he has set, which is the goal. You want him because you campaign, even if you're not part of that circle that he drew in his mind. You want him to put you there because you campaign for him. This is a recipe for failure. Because yes, they think, I'm going to be very serious here tonight. And you know me, I don't hide anything. You know me, I'm a liberal. I say as I see it. As long I believe what I'm saying to be true, and I believe my God is on my side, I'm not afraid. Nothing you can do to me, I'm cool. You can do nothing. I'm being truthful. So let's take it serious a little bit. So, the president, forced by other insider or persuaded, let me make it a little bit beautiful. Persuaded, not forced, but persuaded. I don't know what means persuasion they have, but I'll just use that word. So, he now can bring in somebody that was not part of his list. And the first thing is, that person coming, he doesn't know the person. And you say, but Mr. Toh, he doesn't know everybody. I agree. But there are certain positions that the president has identified to say these positions will be the avenue, will be the conduit that I will use to achieve certain objective for my government. And those positions, I know that. I believe that. He's an educated man. So I don't have to second guess that he has identified certain people that have the ability. He also identified those people's ability to be able to carry them out. So let's leave it from the top. So those people that has been identified, this thing, if we're not careful, we will fail. And CDC will laugh at us. If we're not careful how this thing is being set up, we will fail massively. And the entire country is going to turn against those of us who were out here making big mouth about President Bakar being the best. They're going to tell us you knew very well that he wasn't able to carry, and you made us believe in you. So I'm going to now, I'm not trying to run away from my responsibility. I will stick with it. I believe in President Bakar. I trust his judgment. I'm going to stay with his judgment. But I'm saying to those who are around the president, including the vice president, that are now trying, according to a report, that are now trying to bring people onto the president to employ these people. You are setting this government up for failure. No two-way street about it. Let me take it up from the president. So the president finally identified these people. So he was successful. Put those people in place. And these people, have you seen an organization chart? A chart of an organization based on leadership chart of an organization. They go like this, bam, two here, they go up. Then on the two people, there may be 1, 4, 5, 6. Then they all go up. Then on those 6 people, then they go down about 7, 8. So it go like this. If you draw the scale, it go like this, and then like that, and boom. But what many people in Liberia are asking the president to do, instead of going like this, they want him to go like this and do that. You see it? If that's just a recipe for failure. So let's go on. So those people that are being identified by the president. So okay, Mr. President, I said the president was nominated, confirmed. These people, yes, this is, if we're not careful, we're going to fail massively. These people that are in the key position, they also have identified people that they want to work with, that will be able to achieve, the kinds of success that they want for this government, so that they will be praised by the president. This thing is not a small thing to play around. Now your people in New York keep saying, you people are forcing this government to fail. And CDC will laugh at us. The CDC will soak us. CDC, I know those people, they are educated, they are very smart, they're just waiting. But somebody yawa sedition. I'm talking about the intellectual sedition. They're just sitting back. Like you go on the football field. You know you're a good player. So good player don't suffer for Jesse. You don't fight for Jesse. So you just sit down. They say, oh, I want you, come. Yeah, come play for me. Come. You'll do good. Okay. Let's begin to now. Give me a minute. Okay, so I'm audible. All right, so let's keep it like that. So, good player, when you get on the field, people like Samson told them, they don't rush. Because people in the community, the round town, Monreal round town, they know me. I'm not gonna rush. In fact, when I go in, I take my football boot, put it on my shoulder, and walk. Well, and Samson talking like, yeah, I want no. Say, no, I want him. Then they start fighting. Because good player, you don't suffer for Jesse. So let's go back to this. CDC standing by. They let the play wash. And then the vice president and Prince Johnson there. No, that the person will care. No, that the person you want to care, have you found out from President Bakar that is this person qualified? If they're qualified, is he on your list to carry out your objectives? The objectives of delivering Liberia rest solely with President Bakar. But they are thing you're doing, man, come. So let me go back to after President Baka finished setting these people that are coming in a key position to deliver the objective goals of this president. These people, they also have their own sense of person in mind. Specific, just specific. So they're coming in with the people, they have the kinds of people they want to work with. People who they have in mind that will be able to do certain job. So the senator, my cousin Kaka, go to the minister. Yeah, they pick him looking for a job. Try and put him where? Hey, my man, you can just put him somewhere. Let him just make father or two. You think that here? That's what we're gonna get. How Liberia, how are we gonna get out of this thing? That's the big question I have for you tonight. How do you guys think we're gonna get CDC come back? They will do the same thing. United Party come back, they will do the same thing. Samson told a party, I don't know what party yet. Oh, our Liberty Party. Oh, I forgot about that one. Okay, Liberty Party come, they will do the same thing. When do we get out of this? It's a serious problem. And this is the continued downfall of the country. Many of us recognize this, but we don't want to talk about it. I'm going to be talking about it tonight. So, the person who is in there now being confirmed, bringing his own people. So, there are key positions in the ministries that are responsible for the serious functioning of the ministry to be successful. But because of the the senator, his wife and the vice president wife, their friend, they say, oh, they tell a husband in the night, Samson told one joy, that my friend, brother, you can't try and get him something. They bought all over the place. He was just walking and he needs something. The vice president said, okay, baby, I'll do that tomorrow for you. So the next day he called, go to the president, chief, the list we gave here, I want to replace one or two people. I might sound ridiculous. I agree. I might sound ridiculous. But these are deals, business to do in Liberia. They are not making it based on merit. And this is how the country continues to fall back. They're not moving forward. Is something told from Granji there? If you can do job for somebody from Lofa County, and somebody from Lofa County can't do that job, you'll get something told to do it. Because you're bringing somebody from Lofa County, because President Baka from Lofa County, you're putting in there, we're going to fail. Because in Liberia fail, we're all going to fail. We're all going to fail. I was reading this stuff last night from the best minister designated of public work, Gating, where he said the road fund has been misused. Bringing people who are not qualified to a specific position, this is what you get. Bringing people who will not stand up for themselves, this is what we get. So let me go back now. So the minister in a key position, they have people that they have in mind, or even the functionalities of each of the departments under them. They must be occupied by competent people for that ministry to be successful. But if you start packing it because your wife is friendly with somebody who needs to get a job, why if that person is, first of all, it's not even in the circle of the operational process of this ministry, but because he's the relative, we're going to put him there anyway. So boom, we put the person there. So when we put that person there, the person going to get paid. But then you say, Mr. Toll, if these people don't have job, how do we go ahead and carry on the economy of the country? People need to get job, so the money we pay them, they go back into their community and buy things, which the money will come back. First thing, that's not true. The people who importing everything, most of them foreigners, you pay them the profit, they take it and take it to their country. They're not bringing it back to Liberia. So that's the first thing. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay? So the people you employ, that don't have the ability to produce. You're putting money in a hole. There's no dividend. There's no dividend. You're not getting anything in return. We need, as Liberians, to understand. I'm not a financial person. I'm an engineer. I got no clue. I know engineering economic. I know that one because I know that one. But that's not a real economic issue that facing my house more, that facing Liberia. The issue here is this. Those people that you're going to employ, to show you how serious I am tonight. I'm not here for no tabata tonight. That's serious business. Let me put it straight into my own area of understanding, because if I take it somewhere else that I have no clue on, when you see me standing here talking about Minister of Education, talking about Minister of Health, talking about Minister of Finance, then I'm talking tabata. I don't understand no thing, but I want to fill my day. I want to fill my time. So my time finish, I can. But when you see me standing here and start going back into the area of my own study, it's a serious business. So let's go back. So the ministry, let's go. I'll use Minister of Public Works. So Minister of Public Works, you got the minister. The minister have, in the Senate, they have chairman of Public Works. In the House, they have chairman of Public Works. And all these people most likely will try to tell the minister names of people they have on the list that need to work for Public Works. Forget it now. They are not technically inclined. It doesn't matter. It was worse on a CDC. That everybody, even CDC themselves, will admit to that. But it's still happening. So you take this person. Let's give it. The person is smart. Very smart. College graduate. I'll give it to you. But the person has no technical knowledge. And not everybody working Public Works must be technically inclined. No, that's not what I'm saying. But let's go further than that. So this person, you brought the person in. Where are you going to put the person now? What is the person's qualification? It doesn't matter, because they have no CV. They have not worked before. Okay. So the minister said, okay, young man, I love you. I mean, we love the fact that the senator or representative brought you here. So in order for us to place you, we will place you at the bottom so you can learn to go up. The next thing, you're going back to the senator. That player sending there, the people say I'm gonna start all the way to the bottom. But some kind of job they want me to do to clean water, to clean those stuff there. So I don't know how to do it. And this guy, that is senator's sister's son. So the senator said, "Oh, that's why you sending my son over there for him to be walking his son with Dika and shovel." That one part the one not work. What can be you know, our part to us that we're supposed to be taking care of each other. Folks, this thing I'm saying, if you think it's far-fetched, you're dreaming. So now the senator go back to the minister. So what is this? I thought you said you're going to give the man the job. What the minister was pretty much trying to say is this. This man you brought here does not have the qualification for certain job. And we want to train him by putting him down there, and we'll train him when he gets to a certain position, get the understanding of what we do here, then we will place it. He will not say it like that. He said, "Oh, okay, Senator, I hear you here. Okay. And call the deputy. Y'all put a man over there." Because why? Let me bust it a little bit. If you are not in a position, do you see, you listen to giving it, does he look like somebody that people will push around? The really giving that you're looking at, does he look like somebody that people will push around? Those are the people we're trying to get. People who will stand their ground against senator, against representative, against even the president himself. Because here is the thing they do. The Ralphie Highway, you people been hearing about all the mess. This is, I'm not gonna, well, I call him son, because he's young enough to be my own son, but I like him a lot. So engineer. So every time when I go home, I try to impact all of my experience something. I send him books, engineering books, construction books. So when I have a project to work work with. Whatever project that I get, I always call him because he's very knowledgeable about like doing engineering business. Okay, he's not quite into the area of design, so I'm helping him. He will be because he's very smart. But the point is, this young man is very good. He's very good. So if I can impact on him the knowledge that I have in terms of design, that would be great. That would be great. Wait a minute. I thought the man say he said. I finished telling everybody that you honor the weather. What are you coming here for now?
No, I honor the bridge.
I told you you honor water.
You're flying all over the place here and talking.
Okay, can you let me sitting in for you? Can you let me finish my topic?
Thank you very much for being so. I thought you were doing it in good faith, but for you to come and want to have your will, thank you very much.
Okay, let me finish my tabata, then you can go. So this guy now, the person the senator brought in, okay, they gave him this position. He can't produce. The Ralphie Highway, there are people that work there and they identify problems from day one. You know what they used to do? True story. They will go to McGill or go to another person, and the person will tell the Minister of Public Works to say, your little people, you heard Wilson Tapper telling us the other day. So it's not something that I'm making up. You all leave the people, let them do what they have to do. And they keep messing things up. If they may hear here to disturb my show, that's okay. So I will call it short. But before I Mr. So let me learn. Let me learn. That your show. I understand.
No, you will be in charge. You will be in charge.
Mr. So will you please let me learn? I'm doing you a favor. You want to kick me out tonight? That's your business. But the thing I'm saying here is this. If we're not careful how we bring people in, CDC will laugh at us. And some of us will be on here eating crow. So I'm asking the president and the vice president, if you're going to employ people, put them in position that they will either be willing to learn or they have already have the experience for your objective to move forward. Other than that, CDC will laugh at us. Mr. So, thank you for joining me. Let me say, folks, I'm going to now sit down now. Please, Mr. So, you can take care of your show. You can have your show.
No, you welcome, dog. I just want to make sure that the audience are treated fairly. For you to come here to impose your will, nobody can do you anything. This is the guy. This is the guy who claims to be liberal, and so he feels he's above the law. That's why he's telling you whatever he says here, that's it. Nobody should question him. Is that the kind of society you want us to be?
Are you taking your show now?
I have to come on. No, you will be in charge, but I will just be here to make sure the writing is done. So I'm hearing you saying all sort of tabata here. I have to come from under that water to get on top of the bridge. So
I said you honor the weather.
Weather or whatever it is, I don't care at this point in time. Where you were talking here, the owner is here. Where you were talking,
no, Royal show,
No, I give it to you. I just want us to have a conversation in the interest of fairness. What I don't like for people to take advantage of our people and feel that you say you're not a Trumpist, but you behave like a Trumpist. You feel you're above the law. And when something goes wrong, you do not want to speak to it. You want to hold other people accountable. Who are those people you speaking in that sort of society tone? That's not what we're here for. This is not a society butch. We say it, we speak it out, and we allow our audience to participate. So tell us the story. Tell us the
deal. Are you sure that the audience you're here for, or somebody not saying you and say, "Oh, the papi spoiling the show," because that's what you can do. Oh, the papi spoiling the show tonight. He talking bad about CDC. Then you come running here to try to stop me.
I don't think CDC is an issue in this picture by this time here. This is where you're. All
right. So you want me to run the show, or you going to run the show?
You can run the show.
Okay, if I'm going to run it, I'm getting ready to park in the bike.
You can run the show, but remember, I have the universal remote, so that I can handle.
This is not just here. Even after the show, this is how you run with me. He in control. the only good thing are far away from him. If I'm far away from him, thank you.
Let me bring your patron. So your
now the show is better now. It's gonna be better now. The show is gonna be better. So, Mr. So, thank you.
Tara said now if you are risk doing business with you. So
that's okay. Don't worry about it. But thank you for reminding us. Please take yourself off, and we'll call you if we need you. How is that?
I'm here.
It
can't get me off. Unfortunately,
okay. No coughing on the show. We can't cough.
What?
No coughing.
Oh, are you in Baghdad now?
No, well, no, because this is
you can't
cough on the show. Sorry. You can't sneeze on the show.
If
you on, that means you're 100% okay. So be ready. Thank you for joining us, Terry. Thank you very much.
Does Corona pass through the electric device?
That's it right there. And, when they're carrying a hunchback man, you better watch out because you never know. You're going to be the next
anyhow,
telling you.
President Kaufman, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, sir. But Terry, thank you for joining us. On a very serious note, Terry, I've been saying, of course, I'm sitting in for Mr. So, who is on the weather. But he is forced from get on the weather because he think I was talking too much about that. But listen to him. You can tell he's not quite there. I love it when I do this kind of stuff for the CEO to jump out of on the blanket because
the CEO got to redeem the show
because people are calling me like, what's going on? What this guy is doing? What is happening with LPR with this guy? So
he called me today. I said, he coming on. No, I'm not coming on. I don't feel well. I said, okay, sleep. They put him on the blanket. As soon as I come out, start talking about that. I love it when I do that. But anyway, let's go on. Thank you, Mr. So. Terry, on a very serious note, I've been wondering about this employment situation, and I have concluded that if we're not careful, how this employment situation with President Baka administration, at the end of the day, will be the laughing stock from CDC, because you got people. The newspaper is going around how the vice president Jeremiah Cohn is going to somehow persuade President Baka to employ people who have records and what have you, and because people are now being mismatched, and there are some people now who are saying, recommending people because they campaign for this government. So I'm really, I don't know what to make of it. But am I wrong to say that if we're not careful how we handle this thing, don't place people in position to actually carry out the objective of the president, we will suffer? Because I believe that the president, as an educated person, before coming to this position, he's most likely have already identified areas that will be able to carry out his objective effectively. So those areas that he has identified, he also identified people, I believe, that can fill those positions to be able to carry out his agenda effectively. And those people who are now in the key position also have identified a group underneath that will be able to do the job for that ministry, for that agency to be successful. And now people are saying, just put a man there. Just put that man there that I'm ready to. So if I'm saying, if we're not careful, we might be look back at this thing and we might be turning into a laughing stock by CDC. What do you think?
Well, your concerns are very much interesting, and they are concerning, but whether if they are factual, that's a whole different thing. So I don't want to give heed to gossip and all the propaganda, because to be honest with you, Ms. Pato, I heard you saying that, that is the problem with Liberia, with incompetent people being employed. But I want to take it back because Liberia has always had incompetent people. Take, for example, look at the house. There are many people in the house that don't know what to do. Even the Jeremiah Cohn, in as much as I support, that's why I tell people, I say I support Ambassador Walker. Jeremiah Cohn was assigned on that ticket because of the NEMA votes. But do Jeremiah Kun have the competency to exercise the responsibility of a vice president? So we don't want to go into that other discussion because it would be like putting my foot in my mouth and tabata all over the place.
Your foot is already in your throat. So you see, this is why Male Jones and myself needed every day on this program. Go carry it on.
So if we really want to talk, right? I'm driving somewhere. I'm trying to tell you that in politics, especially for the setting of Liberia cannot be compared to the United States, to Ghana, or even Nigeria, because these states and people were colonized by the Western nation, so they have some level of foundation. Liberia have good, or it's like a street child. They learn everything on their own. So we have put into position that are not competent enough to handle those areas. But because of the political landscape of Liberia, you cannot leave them out because they play a major role politically. So this is why you see for the House of Senate, look at the nominees that they are confirming. Look at the discussion that were held in the Senate. All these things have not been even discussed on platforms. How poorly they handle some of these people that came in, that they were interviewing. And because I support Ambassador Boga, I will not say something.
1 second.
Mr. So, but why Mr. So left the show?
He honor the water. The man gotta go drink some water, or else you'll be coughing the whole night. You know that.
So
I brought you out. Go ahead.
So there are a lot of incompetency that we're looking at here. That if we really want to be honest enough, right? We would already know that there are certain things that we don't expect from certain caliber of people in government already. We don't expect certain things to hear from them. We don't expect certain information to come from them. You understand? So these are things that we have to. Let me tell you, the government is going to run on one pillar. It's going to run on the back of the competent. That is why we have the competent in strategic areas, like the president for that matter, that will be telling Jeremiah Kun, say, you see this one, this is how we do it. You see this is how it's supposed to be done. You see all of that. To prepare him for what next. And that is why if you don't do what he's supposed to do.
Here's the thing, and Mr. So can just sit back and watch tonight, because you and I are going to have a wonderful show. But here's what I think. If Jeremiah Kun is smart, and I know he's a very smart young man as well, but I think his best bet is to wrap himself around the old man, because the man served as a vice president for 12 years. He has the most experience. So if he doesn't come in and try to throw his vice presidential weight around and say, okay, old man, I'm here not only as your vice president, but I'm ready to learn, I think Jeremiah Kun will be one of the best politicians come 2029. But if he comes in with the mindset, I'm the vice president, I have to do certain things, and then you start making mistakes, those mistakes will be pointed out by those insiders who support Ambassador Bakai. And because if they think that you're trying to do things to weaken President Bakai, they will start exposing you without you even realize. So I think his best bet, as far as I see it, not only do you get close to the president, but that you offer yourself to the president to say, I'm here, sir, I'm your vice president, but I'm also a team player. Whatever way you want us to go with this particular process, we will follow you, sir. If you present yourself from that, you will learn a lot. Because once this old man, one thing it seemed like one thing I noticed, that if he take you under his wing to be his son, to be his nephew, it hard for you to, unless you blunder or start blabbing Marvin all over like Costa did. Other than that, he was never going to push Costa away.
Like your son, right?
Mr. So
you and Terry, this is unbelievable. So you try to place a status of limitations on the functions of the vice presidency. Hold on one second. You were talking here, I didn't talk. Hold on.
Nothing to do with limitation. That's the kind of thing you want to tell. You want to Jeremiah Kuna, if you are listening to me,
No, what are you doing here
on his own? That's what you want.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? And closely being facilitated by Terry, your body, is to begin to create a scenario where the vice presidency, or maybe Joseph Boyka, President Boyka, to pay the debt what he believes Helen Johnson Sirleaf did to him, for which we do not know yet. We need to know. By this time, technically, there should be a memoir now, what really transpired with his vice presidency and that of Helen Johnson Sirleaf. You are not interested. You are trying to tell us now Jeremiah Kun is accelerating, and he's trying to be more smarter than the president. That's your worry now, for which you are panicking about it. But you get it wrong. Yeah, you are panicking. Yeah.
You listen, I'm trying. Terry, are you there?
I'm here.
I'm trying for our house to be united. He's coming in to make part of the house to be more smarter, according to him. What happened?
Who is telling the truth here? The president says one thing.
I'm telling the truth.
You know nobody. They don't know you from nowhere.
You are sowing a seed of confusion in our house, and we want you to stay out of it. We will take care of it. What am I saying here that is wrong? To say Jeremiah Kun he never been a vice president before. Right. President Baker has been a vice president before.
Right. President Baker knew that.
I don't care what they are showing. I will block you. I will park you in the garage.
Yeah, well,
no, you can't do that, CEO.
You're used to garage, so we can spend some time there. That's fine. That's okay.
I put my phone in my own mouth, so that I want. I don't want to go with that one. Anyhow, let me just say, no, Mr. So you can give me a hard time, man. What I'm saying here,
You're not honest.
No, Mr. So I'm honest.
I don't know what.
Listen. No, I can't do that. I'm saying President Baker has been a vice president before. He has experience in that area.
Okay.
Jeremiah Kun, this is the first time. So how do you gain more experience? You see, you are not letting me tell you. How do you gain experience in the area that you haven't been in before? By working with someone who has done these things before.
How do you want this work? When you say by working with someone, in what context?
There's a newspaper report here.
Okay.
Where he has gone out.
Okay.
But he denied it. Where he has gone out, according to the report.
Right.
To place somebody's name on the list.
Okay.
On the list of employment without truly having a consultation with the president. And the thing is backfiring now because according to the report, you will not let me talk. According to the report, this person has been someone who has been running, the federal government is running behind that person here in the United States. Now, this is what I'm talking about. If you were close to the president to say, I'm here as your vice president, but I'm also here as your son. Let's work together and get this country moving. We will follow your lead. Whatever direction you want us to go, we will go there. We won't have these kinds of things. Because if you were truly having conversation with the president, Mr. President, I have this young man here. Where is the vetting team? Okay, Kun, send the man name to the vetting team. They will send the man name to the vetting team, and the vetting team will recognize that this person is not qualified. But because he bypassed that, and because he's a vice president, according to the story, he bypassed that and want to go straight down for the employment. Now he has a problem. This is what I'm talking about. But you have no interest in it. Your interest is for Jeremiah Kun to show that he's vice president. Who don't know that? My thing is, I want him to work with an old man so they will work hand in hand and get this thing going.
You need to start calling him old man. First of all, when he old man,
he's our father. That's not your business. He's our father.
Okay, yeah. So let me disabuse you here. This is ridiculous. Every night here you introduce something that is so absurd and people are getting annoyed. Good. The show is about to start right now.
He's been calling him, man. I know all that texting he's doing.
you saw he went out.
I saw
went
him.
out. What do you think he went
He
out
said
for?
no.
He went to call Mali.
So,
I would deal with both of them. They know me.
So let me ask you, Liberia. You know, I don't understand. Some of you, your loyalty is so dangerous. Hey, my good friend and brother, Mali Jones. Good evening, welcome.
Mr. So, who's running the show?
How are you, CEO?
Mr.
Good.
So, who's running the show?
How are you, Collins? How are you?
We're gonna do with post speaking. But on a serious note, now you are creating a gap. This is how divisive you people are. Now Jeremiah Kuna, he's doing things of his own. Yesterday, Jeremiah Kuna and the president, then he was candidate, they were in consultation when it comes to job now. You know what Rufo Dapo said? Your own story is a good story that you can defend. You quoting this paper, that paper. Have you called Jeremiah Kuna to ask him? Jeremiah Kuna say it's not true. Hold on. Your president say it's not true. So who is telling the truth? True now. Why should you convict Jeremiah Kuna? Because it's your president, it's your guy. This is how you guys divide and create division in the country. That's exactly what you are doing now because it comes to jobs. So yeah. Oh, you forgot that Jeremiah Kuna is one of the disciples of the devil? You don't know that the devil accompanies the people the devil hangs out with them. You don't know how they comes in
the
different
independent voices are very, very
independent.
And this is what make us so I think you've been unfair. Is it the same liberal here who slammed Badge Giddens on this network, and after 2 days to come back to start preaching a holy Bible, how good Gideon's going to be? Terry, be careful. You are a good guy. Hanging up with this guy here, it's not good. Liberal, you need to stop that. I purpose not to come, but if I'm going to allow you to
let me welcome your buddy. Whatever your name is, buddy of Mr. So.
I'm proud to be a close ally of a strong, independent, and objective voice of this network.
Ali, good evening. I'm running the show tonight because Mr. So is on the weather. So I'm running the show.
You are still on inside?
Well, I think my appearance is signify a rescue mission for the CEO.
Right.
You know, we are doing a rescue many ways now.
I see the both of you got the same color, so I know.
Well, you don't need to be. You don't need to be
Gray
the
and white,
marshal, and you rescue. You can rescue from any corner.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Mary. What's on your plate?
Well, there are a lot on my plate, but you guys started a very good conversation I've been following, and I just want to give my take on that. I think you guys will agree with me that President Joseph Boakai, he's still learning on the job as president. He's president for the first time in our history. He has been vice president and got 40 year under his belt. He using it to navigate the presidency so as the thing go with his vice president. But what is transparent now, the information Liberal just talked about, I read that information in the paper, and I read in so many other news online too. But it doesn't signal well for Joseph Boakai. There's a clear indication now is like the trouble in traditional politics is getting to kick in now. It's getting to kick in. So it's like there's no coherence. The horse is not together, you see. And Joseph Boakai, he's learning on the presidency. You can't blame him. You see, he tried to hold this weed, but he had never been tested before or tried before as a president. So many things going to go wrong, including what is happening right now. You see, Joseph Boakai being a vice president under Helen is not the same as Kun being a vice president under him. Kun is a proactive guy. Okay?
A young generation, if I could add.
100%. A new generation. A perception of politics is different. In our house there, we say the horse is corrupt, this and that. He's not stranger to a lot of things down there. If he can bypass and bring someone and put on the list, blah, 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 it backfire. This is the exact tribal and traditional politics being going on in Liberia. And if Joseph Boakai don't take care, there's going to be a problem for him. A lot of these things will come up. And as the CEO said, it will put more rare meat in the mouths of CDC and the
CDO say that. I mean, say that.
Okay, very good. I just decided to bring the CEO in so I can see who said it. Okay, so that's true.
And so look, but to add to that, on a serious note, no, this is a serious national conversation. Jeremiah Kun right now is within the close proximity of being a president of the Republic of Liberia, potentially. He knows very well President Joseph Boakai would not be seeking re-election. And in order to validate his political grip to the country, he has to show some strength. So he's not going to conduct things or the way Helen Johnson did to now President Boakai. I mean, I just want to be honest. He got to show that strength. I'm not saying he should be ruthless. I'm not saying he should disrespect, but he has to be forceful. He got to show some sort of leadership. And that's what happens if you form an alliances with a party in order to get the finishing line, to get the presidency. You got to push your party agenda. You can whack your hair, whatever way you want to whack. Jeremiah Kun is not going to stop. We don't know who is telling the truth, but you came out here in this public forum here with no juror, no judge, and you just came as a clerk and said Jeremiah Kun is the one that causing the problem. That is unfair, Samson told.
But that's not what I said.
That's what he said. You said he's not coordinating with the president.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that either. Terry, let me come to you.
Involved. So let me come to you,
Terry.
No, Pato, let me just conclude. I mean, the CEO just came to make some interjection.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Terry, if we're not
let you go ahead.
They will steamroll us. You gotta stay your ground. If we don't stand out, they will steamroll us.
Minnesota,
I like to take my time, you know.
Yeah, Pato, don't be afraid. Why is true that we have diversity in our view? We are still panelists. We cannot hold each other to the truth. However, I want to predict that so many things going to come out. Even the issue of people setting job. To be very frank with you, I have regard for Joseph Boakai. I don't want to believe I can put my name on the chopping board. He will ever want to go that direction. No. But most of the people that are working with him from your vice president down, they're the one going to cause a whole lot of problem for this puppy. Okay. The next news that will be coming now is maybe people buying job or whatsoever. But the whole thing now is, my question here is the vice president really heading the nomination that is to do the groundwork and submit it to the president? Or there are another group that he forced to work with and they report to the president or report to him? You know, the whole thing I really don't understand. Because if I were a president, probably I would delegate our responsibility to my vice president. Then at the end of the day, everything will come to my desk. I will look at it, you know, but I don't know what's going on. So there's the likelihood that at the end of the day, Jeremiah Kun will be his own man. He will start doing his own thing. And at the end of the day, it's going to make Joseph Boakai to look bad. You see? Okay. So it's a very serious issue here. And it's an issue that has repetition, because if Joseph Boakai, he came to the presidency with a very, very strong repetition that the opposition said. We all know that. Even the independent, we all agree on that. But the question now is, if he doesn't hold fast to that strong repetition, it will be invaded by some of his own employees, including the vice president. Thank you.
Okay, Terry, let me come to you. Mr. So is insisting that Jeremiah Cone be a strong vice president. I have no doubt. I'm not against that. But my argument is that the Unity Party is a house, so to speak. And you can only have a major player in a house, so to speak. In this situation, my argument is Jeremiah Cone, why constitutionally, as a vice president, he stands alone. He has his own responsibility that is directly assigned to him by the Constitution, which is not much. You're there to assist the president. Major part of the Constitution of your responsibility is to assist the president. And in assisting the president, you can't force the man to do things he doesn't want to do. In order for you to assist him properly, you have to want to work with him so that he will understand the type of assistance that you're trying to provide. Now, Mr. So is saying that he should be able to be his own man. You can't be your own man when you're supposed to be assisting people.
No.
So, Terry, let me bring you in. Where do you stand on this? On a very serious note and from a serious perspective, what do you stand on this? Let me ask you.
Well, I stand on the fact that the vice president should assist the president by law. I stand on the side of the Constitution. I disagree with Mr. Mali on the stage, on the sense of what he's saying that the vice president, something he said about the vice president that the president should give the nomination, designate the vice president to do nomination and all that kind of thing. I think according to the Constitution, the president have the power to nominate. That is squarely on behalf of the president. So if the president is designating the vice president to do that, then it means that the president is not functioning as the president according to the Constitution of Liberia. So but the vice president can assist also, which means the vice president can recommend. So it is not wrong for the vice president to say, okay, Honorable Boyka, these people, I got some people I think they will be able to effectively do the job in such and such an area. That is assisting, that is recommending. So that is not bad. So the way the media is making it to be something heavy, I don't understand that. The only place I was coming from is the aspect that even in the House of Senate, what have been Senator Coons or record when it comes to Senator Coons' record.
The position he loves. I want to make him comfortable.
Yeah. So, what have been Senator Coons' contribution? What have been some of his, his work? What have he really contributed in the Senate when he was there for the past to the time? Because I think he went to the Senate. He came from the lower house and went to the upper house. So, okay, even in the upper house, what have been his contribution? So based upon all these kind of evaluations, we came out to draw an analysis to understand that the VP is not well informed when it comes to the modus operandi of what it means to be a vice president. But the VP brings to the table the political capital of Nima County. And my area of my place of strength that I want to really rely on is this. I am looking at a government which have been the routine in Liberia to be driving on one engine. When the plane is flying and one engine giver, you operate on one engine until you land. So the engine that we're going to be using will be the people in government that are well knowledgeable about the job from various localities, strategically positioned, we believe will deliver. Because there are some people in government that you can only depend on their political capital to boost you to the level you want to go. It does not mean that these people they will be able to do exactly what they're supposed to do. You got to show them. I agree with you on one area that Ambassador Boka, Jeremiah Kuhn need to submit so that he can be taught and learn, so that it can propel him for the future after 6 years. Because based upon what Ambassador Boka would do, just how Ambassador Boka is running on Ellen's legacy, Jeremiah Kuhn can also run on Ambassador Boka's legacy. But if he chooses to be his own man, and divert and start doing things contrary, he will be shooting himself in the leg, and he will be shooting his future in the leg. If he say, okay, I want to go to the tribal line, let me work with Prince Johnson, let me bring all our people on board, let me try to do this thing. If it not work our way, we will obstruct the process. If he try to go that way, it will be very, very bad for him, and in the end, he will lose and not the president.
Look,
Thank you. So let's go around one more round on this, and then we can move on to another subject matter. Go ahead.
One more round, but we got to call you guys up as it is, because this is not good for our country. You have Terry here is spinning this whole thing, which it doesn't require any spinning. Oh, so now the substance, the viability Jeremiah Kuhn brought to the table to get you to the finishing line is going on our how to call this Sony machine, MMR or whatever. You try to screen it now. He's no value. That's what you are telling.
That's not what I said.
that's my understanding. He doesn't understand there's apparatus and blah blah blah. Tarek, come on, give me a break. He understood that when you brought him in. So on what basis you brought this Jeremiah Kuhn on us? We as a Liberian, true Liberian, patriot Liberian, open-minded Liberian, objective Liberian like Mally Jones and myself, that you didn't explain all of these things in detail to us. You told us Jeremiah Kuhn was a good commodity. So now it comes to appointment. Of course, the president above. On a serious note, they must be able to share notes. The president, as a statesman who worked within a close, I know he was dissatisfied when Helen Johnson Sirleaf was there as a president and vice president. There were some things that I knew he wanted to do, he didn't do it. The question here is, he came from a different party. Jeremiah Kuhn came from a different party. This uncertainty is still there as to whether the survival of this alliance will take place. One good thing that I know, President Boaka will not be seeking re-election. The future of Unity Party in subsequent election is on the line. So you would not expect him 100% to cave into that of Jeremiah Kuhn, because if he did, it means he preparing a dinner table not just for Jeremiah Kuhn, but for the future ahead, which of course he's not part of MDR, and his party could be hurt in that. So it's a politics. The Omer is a seasoned politician. So I think
you divert from Mr. Mali.
Oh no! Oh, well, this is why I made Mali and myself. We are unique on this network. Give all the independent mind. We agree and disagree. It's not like you and the liberal who, when there's no way to go through that hole, he would put his head there anyhow because of loyalty. That's not who we are. We say it as it is. But I think the both people, they need to say it. That's why he has him as a number 2 person. So he's not going to make him like a ceremonial person. The same thing he suffered from, he's not going to pay that there on Jeremiah Kuhn. It's not going to work. Jeremiah Kuhn is for the new generation. So there are other people looking up to him at some point in time to get to the top. Remember, Prince Johnson said, we are close, we are getting close to the presidency. So all of these things, somebody might be pushing the button behind, and Jeremiah Kuhn will want to stand firm because he has a lot to lose than that of the president.
Mali, let's hear from you, and then we can move on to another one.
I agree partly with you, Mr. So.
Point of correction. First of all, let me make 1 or 2 points of correction from panelist Terry. He just stated categorically that VP ran on the legacy of Helen Johnson Sirleaf. My God, when did a VP ever told the Liberian people, we bear roles, we did this, and so when I win, we'll do this? This man divorced himself from that marriage. And even the heir of that marriage did not even identify with him. We cannot come on this platform and say Joseph Boakai read on the legacy of Helen Johnson.
I told you no.
That Helen Johnson said the legacy is tinted.
I told you, Mr. So,
And
no coffee.
this is where the president-elect decided not to say anything about that government there. Nothing at all. The marriage broke down. So if we are seeing that we keep the man ran on this legacy, it's suicidal. It's terrible. 1. 2, President Boakai will be doing Jeremiah Kun a big disservice if he doesn't bring him into the lifeline, as the CEO said, and says, my son, this is the role. You'll be doing a great disservice. At this time, the Constitution says the president can delegate responsibility. I agree with you, Terry, on that. But the type of politics and the structure we're running in Liberia now, Papi has said he's going for 6 years. All right? Let him get a man more responsibility so you know the inner working of this thing. He can't just continue to limit him. He might be a terrible victim when the Papi is slipping down. I can tell you that now, right now. Lastly, where were you people when Jeremiah came on board? It said today that Jeremiah Kun has been declared a political liability, a serious and systemic impediment. It said today, you guys are telling all these, bringing the utterances. So who is shooting who in the legs? You and the Liberal already shooting you people in your own legs. That man came on board. We came on this platform that man was not up to speed. He was surrogate of a high-class warlord. That thing was debunked. Today, I'm hearing now that Jeremiah Kun, he's not well equipped right now to do. He got to just focus himself on the work the president giving him. So now he has become a liability, political liability, a serious impediment to the rescue team.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Jesus has to come to save the rescue team.
Thank you. I don't believe that is the line Terry and I are taking. Basically, we're arguing that we would like to see collaboration and cooperation between the president and the vice president. That's our major conversation.
No, but I just hearing the English here, collaboration and cooperation. No.
Okay, the first one I was speaking total English.
Panelist Terry just said he on the side of the Constitution, and I agree with you 100%. Okay. But what we're seeing here is that the Papi have make it clear, I will be there for some time. So why not use this ball? Why you can't use him?
Okay.
This is where I'm coming from, panelitary. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Folks, again, Samson to Liberia Public Radio. I'm sitting in tonight for Mr. Saul, who is under the weather. I mean, you guys heard him coughing and stuff like that. He came on because he wanted to be a counterweight to the liberal view, but that's okay. Let him stay here. He's okay. He got a bottle of water over there. He's okay. Don't be concerned about him.
So what was it now? What was it now? That bottle of power?
No, that one that sky juice
or that Shanta.
So let me throw this other one out there. We also heard yesterday.
But I wanted to disabuse.
No, let Terry. I heard somebody declare asset. Let Terry go on.
No, go ahead.
Terry, go ahead.
No, Terry to go.
Yeah, Mr. Mali.
I thought you running the show. Let y'all man go ahead. We just will be on y'all.
I'm not saying that Jeremiah Kun is a liability. Please don't do that to me. Yeah, do put me in that your moja. You know, because I know you guys are very, very tricky.
African socialists. African socialist.
Yeah, I want to resist that vehemently on the show because I know how far information can travel. You know, so strongly convinced that Jeremiah Kuhn is propelling himself to the future of being the next president of the Republic of Liberia.
100%.
My concern is that to reach to that level, you have to follow the routine of those who've been there before you. You have to follow the old people say you have to follow the old map to plot the new map. So I'm saying that Jeremiah Kuhn need to follow up the routine. And Jeremiah Kuhn, his political capital is a heavyweight already. Jeremiah Kuhn already have a political capital established in Liberia on the basis of his political ambition. And we all know that that is Nima County, whether you like it or not. So right now, Jeremiah Kuhn stand in a place. Jeremiah Kuhn stand 70% in the place to be the next president because of his political capital alone. I don't think Unity Party have the mobility, have any candidate right now beside Ambassador Boaka to defeat Jeremiah Kuhn. I don't think they have that ability right now. Because Ambassador Boaka and
Wow. Really?
Unity Party does not have.
But I think I agree with Terry on this one.
Unity
That
Party does not have
Unity Party
anybody.
alone.
So you don't. Who can you point to beside Ambassador Boaka right now? That if you say, okay, Unity Party will get rid of Jeremiah Kuhn, Jeremiah Kuhn say he's running to be president tomorrow. Let's get rid of him. Let's suppress him. Blah blah blah. All of that. So yeah, anyway,
You're muted. We can't hear you anyway. But that's okay.
I'm muted.
Right.
We're hearing Terry
you
loud
got
and
your
clear.
mute.
From you.
We're hearing it. He read a D-way that way. Roku. And that's it.
So the next subject, about 2 days ago, we read that Ambassador Boaka has mandated the auditing agency of Liberia to do an audit, and I believe it was audit of the central bank, audit of the EPS, and the audit of NSA. So the question for me is, why limit your auditing process to those three arms of government? Number one. And second, people are now arguing, even suggesting why you try to audit an agency that takes care of it, that's your security blanket. So let me start with you, Mr. So you think, is that something, first of all, those who are arguing that having NSA to be audited is risky because that's a security blanket for the president? Does it have any logic in it at all?
Well, yeah, what I see happening here, politics is at the highest level, and some of these detachment came into place so as to make up the sort of role model to say this is what happening when he himself has alluded that they're going to be an audit fine. But the CBO, this is what I'm thinking about here, and I eventually we're gonna know that. I think politics. This administration is trying to find a way to get Talu out of that place. They want somebody of their own to be in the system, but they must have a valid argument. There's a split. You remember when the president was going, you don't listen to people, and you judge people by the past. People should be judged in the present as to what they have committed or what happened. I said, why would a sitting president and everything? Yes, there are some bad things that they bad policy, no question. But why would the sitting president who is leaving will come out publicly to say this is what is in the national coffers when it is not there? When people are going to go there, not that he's an incumbent, he knows people are going to verify those information. It was not a compelling situation for the president to have injected that into the was that an inaugural or State of Union State of Union. I don't know who he advised him to do that when those information were not properly clear to him. Guess what? They summoned him only to come back that the president is on track. That got the president furious because somebody deceived the president. So the president now is taking the legal path and do not want to even admit that he was misled by one of his followers. So the best thing that they can do to give justifications of that action to say, okay, let's go and check. When you should have verified in the first place to come and make pronouncement as a president. That did not happen. So that did not happen. They are unhappy. They felt that he, what his name, Talu or CBL threw them under the bus. And they will not want to stay there. They got to show a leadership. So they got to do everything possible. Now they're going to look at transactions, checks, where they're going, and all of those sort of disbursement and all of that. This is where they're going to go to now. If they go there and find out that something wasn't right or something was done that didn't go through the proper channel, that could be a good argument for the attorney position to allow he to appoint. Coming to the security apparatus, what is within the purview, considering what all of the what I'm interested in is that only finances they're going to be auditing, or are they looking at the leaks of information, intelligence, and all of those other breaches being ongoing? So why is it limited to only finances? So hopefully you can, since you're much closer to them, you can provide that explanation.
Let's go to Mali. Mali, same question. What do you make of that?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank the president for making an announcement from the genesis, even of his campaign, that he was going to audit the outgoing president. He did not say he will carry on segmental auditing or cherry picking. No. He said, I am going to audit the outgoing president. You see, Liberian, we are no more fools. We may not read and write properly, but our intellect in Liberia is very high. Where it came from, I don't know. But people are really looking between lines on things right now. The president should have just get on and say, and gave the audit department the go ahead to audit your government. That's what he said. Molu and all were in the picture when Molu appeared on Spoon TV up to today. Molu don't talk again. So even his shadow in the thing now, I don't know how far it gone. But what I'm seeing here is that the president is embarking on a very dangerous precedent. And I'm beginning to get the feeling that he wants to twist his hands on this audit. The president can go and do cherry picking with 4 errors. Even the 4 errors, they're not even relevant to the audit. You get LPR-TV sitting there. You got the finance ministry sitting there. You have the port authority. You saw many places that, according to public opinion, the corruption have been up and running. All right. Then you bring in a cherry audit, picking here, picking there. Is that what he's going to do? After 2 months, he pick here, he pick there. This is a disappointment. All right. The president should have just used a pen of the power to say GAC begin the audit of the Georgia government. Simple. If the GAC will advise the paper now and say, look, we don't see so much, we don't see much in the ANC, I mean in the NSA. We don't see much this way. So I don't want to put a lot of resources there. These are the areas we're going to focus on. So if he wants to start doing the work of the GAC, let us know. Okay? That approach, if he doesn't take care, it's going to put him underwater. Because it's like he's beginning to twist his hand now. And that is practically wrong. You see? If he had thought all there are certain areas in Georgia government are coming to audit, trust me, Liberia.
So, yeah.
My presentation will not be like that. I was even thinking, I said, well, he said you're going to audit certain area. So no problem. We'll look up to him. The message I'm going to audit the outgoing.
So, Jones, remember we are allied. Just how the Liberal can take few seconds from Terry here too. Additionally, what happens to the
CEO?
what happens to the very government he worked for? No car was destroyed completely under his wife as a vice president. Helen Johnson Sirleaf came back to say, I take responsibility. Yet she got over $5 million from the Ibrahim Award and the government of Liberia penny. And the Liberal says that knows it. Terry knows it. So was everything perfect under the Helen Johnson Sirleaf government, which he himself served as a vice president? Why are we putting this audit on? What I mean, everybody should be able to give account. And I think Unity Party to the former Unity, the now ruling party or former Helen Johnson government, they need to have some questions to answer to the Liberian people as well.
So let me conclude, Pato. No, the CEO keen to interject. You always doing this thing. That your star. So I gotta conclude, please. Yeah, we'll learn from the father. So what we see here now, finally, is that it take me by now to Terrace's analysis about President Buakai and the Omar legacy. That legacy is hard to talk. There's a reason why CDC is up in the air, say that which home. But I don't agree with CDC that which home until the whole thing is concluded. If the whole thing is concluded, that will classify it or which one of the hunts it is. But until then, the trend the paper taking is discouraging. Yes.
Okay.
It's discouraging and it's not going to yield nothing because the corruption is all over that place there.
Thank you.
And he can come by and say, okay, I finished with the 4 now. I'm going to another 3. Another, you got what to do? That's what you're going to be doing? Let the GAC advise the president. The president should not get into the GAC work. That's not his responsibility. The people will advise him. Thank you, Libra.
Thank you. Terry, go ahead, make a statement so I can open the line.
Yeah, so, you know, I never wanted to respond to Mr. Mali's statement when he said that, you know, that he have a problem with the statement I made that President Weah, what his name, that Ambassador Boyka ran on Ellen's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just glaring that you can see it, that Ambassador Boyka ran on Ellen's legacy.
No way.
And in fact, as a matter of fact, you said he divorced himself from Ellen. No, he did not. Ambassador Boyka used to go to Ellen's house every birthday party and celebrate with her. Ambassador Boyka have never spoken any negative thing about Ellen. Mm-hmm. Ambassador Boyka took full responsibility by saying that we squander opportunities. The Unity Party led government under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf squander opportunities. No. He didn't say Ellen squander opportunity. He said we. No. So when you say he divorced, first of all, he ran as the standard bearer of the political party of Unity Party. Then you say he divorced. So how do you correlate that? How do you correlate?
Can I come in?
Well, yeah, you can come in with a point of information or point of correction.
For your point of correction.
Hold on, Mali. Let him finish.
No,
Mali.
he brought me in. He said you answer certain questions. Right. There's a reason why it's not good for you to be going off and on. The point of correction.
He's not using the
No. Terry, you just brought me in. The point of correction here is this. We have 2 Unity Party running, the Helen faction and the Joseph Boyka faction, for your information. I'm not in there. I come in now. No, that give me chance. 2, up to today, I challenge you to show me where President Boyka have been congratulated by Helen. That 1. 2, carrying flowers. I come in now. Carrying flower on birthday is totally unrelated to politics.
Okay, that have nothing to do with the Ellen's legacy.
You ask me a question. I said you won't put the boom back in my throat, then I'll keep quiet. And lastly, the issue of legacy. That government is tinted. You know, I know. So if Joseph Boyka used the word with squander opportunity, it's not the same as what they did in Liberia for the Liberian people, because it's so deplorable that we can't talk about it. Joseph Boyka can never talk about it.
Okay,
So-
Terry, go ahead. Terry, go ahead, make a statement.
So again, Mr. Malley, you put your foot in your mouth. Sorry to say
Okay,
that.
who now?
But
Mm,
you
before.
talking about you are trying to differentiate to compare relationship with legacy. That two different things.
But I just make
I'm
it
telling
clear.
you, yeah,
But
come in now.
Mali,
Give
let
me
him
chance.
finish. Let him finish.
I'm telling you clearly that Mr. Joseph Yima Boyka ran on the past government legacy, which is the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf legacy.
It's not true.
And
It's
that
not
what
true.
brought him to power. That what
Mali,
brought him to
Mali,
president.
let him finish.
Coupled with
Mali,
his
let
own
him
agenda,
Go ahead.
his own agenda, his own policies. Ambassador Boyka told the Liberian people during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government what all was accomplished and some of the things and missteps that they had and the struggles that he could improve on. And he ran on that legacy that says that he was honest to the Liberian people by telling them that, hey, we squander lots and lots of opportunity. But to the issue here under discussion tonight, it is very glaring, all right, that Ambassador Boyka is sailing very well. You said that, why the man will go cherry pick. That is what you call auditing the ongoing government. He's auditing the ongoing government by preliminarily selecting certain branches of government that are very essential to our economy. The security sector, the central bank. These are very important matters. You're supposed to be discussing something that Mr. So said. That will this audit involve the communications that went on in the NSA? There were some things that went on. These are some of the concerns that I expected you to bring up. But unfortunately, your patron brought it up, Mr. So, that asking a question,
That one
the
makes
inquiry, will these audits reflect some security matters that went on during the Jowia government? And you must understand that it is the responsibility of the government of the government incoming to audit the government outgoing. The government incoming is not responsible to audit the government that went out before Jowia government. It was the responsibility of President Weah government to audit the Ellen-led government. So if he fails to do that, that is not Ambassador Boyka's responsibility. Ambassador Boyka is responsible to audit Jowia government because he's taking over from them. Whatsoever he meets on the books is what he's going to start auditing. And the security sector, if you don't have a balanced security sector to know what really went on in the security sector, how safe are you in the country with all of what went on during President Weah government? If you don't know, in your consolidated account, let me so say something. President Weah never left 40 million in the account, 40 million US dollars. President Weah left 20.5 million US dollars with 2 billion liberty. We got to establish that. I agree.
Okay.
Ambassador Boyka should have explained about the liberty, but President Weah did not leave $40 million in the 40 million US dollars in the consolidated account. That is why when the central bank manager, when the central bank director, when he went to the House of Representatives, he began to quote exactly what was in the central bank. But what he named Fala said, and other colleagues from the CDC, they begin to demand that the man convert the liberty into US dollar. That is against the procedures. The man is reporting the full amount that was in the account. Then you're telling the man should convert it. No, that is not how the banking system works. The man is giving you what was the total amount in US and what was the total amount in liberty. It is left for you now to convert it. But President Weah said 40 million US dollars was left in the consolidated account, which was not true. And these things must be highlighted so that we can understand the disparity.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Mali is not here now. All right. Let's move on. Just a quick round because we're going to be wrapping up. Just a very quick round. Mali, you were disagreeing with Terry earlier. You want to state your disagreement, then we'll move on to the next subject.
Yeah, my disagreement here is that I'm not talking talking from the point of a Daha or supporter here. The approach to the order here by Joseph Boakai is just pure wrong. Joseph Boakai said you're going to order the Liberian, the outgoing government. We are not discussing whether we are ordered Joseph Boakai government. That is in the past already. I don't waste time on that one. What we are seeing, Joseph Boakai, President Boakai told all you are going to order this government. All right. Now he carry on what I call cherry picking. So the whole thing here, he's twisting his hand.
So,
the cherry,
wait a minute.
are coming now.
Yeah, we're coming the viral.
Yeah, we're coming the viral. If you say you're going to order
But
this
that's
government,
what an independent is supposed to do anyway.
yes, of course, we divide, we come together.
Not like you.
If you say you auditing this government, gave the authorization to GAC to audit the government. Simple and short. GAC will advise you. So, okay, the audit has begun.
Wait for the 100 days and see
So,
what
but
I come in now. The audit has begun. Okay. We will order the area here. They're advising the president now. We'll order the area here, the other area here, nothing much there. Or they just order the entire government and get
the
in the
president
report.
have economic advisor to give him that.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let him go through.
Terry, that the CEO African president approach. That had to do the African president. Yeah.
Male Jones, question here.
Yeah.
The CBL, the EPS, what's the other institution again? There were the two?
The four.
And four.
The Justice Ministry, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, are they not part of the government of Liberia?
What I'm saying, the part of the government.
No, you're not answering my question. Are they not part of the government of Liberia?
They are part of the government of Liberia.
So, which is it not being audited? Yeah, it's the thing here.
No. Don't say yeah, it's the thing. You just ask a question.
Yeah,
the
but
question you ask, there's a counter question to that.
So what you want the man to ask the question the way you want it?
I said there's a counter question to that.
Okay, what's it?
Liberal, you just gotta hold your gun.
Okay,
my patron must start talking now. Okay, we don't deceive each other here.
Right.
He asked me a question, I answer him.
Right.
A government in court should be audited. All right, a government in court, we are government in court should be audited. Now going to cherry pick. This is where I'm coming from. So your argument here is that those segments are part of the government. So when he feels now that he go to another 3, then he go another 2, then he go. This might be the end of that audit.
So
and that will be a complete disservice. That will be a complete disservice to the people of Liberia.
Yeah, so I don't want to be judgmental in that. The government is the government. Remember too, the CBL, all of these figures it is within the purview of the president to find a priority where to go. But and additionally, I'm not talking about your own government because hold on. I'm not talking about your government, you're not president here. So the president gives instruction for GAC to audit these people based on perhaps the priority or the information coming out. But who knows? They do not even have the capacity to say to audit all of the ministries and agencies at the same time simultaneously. It's going to be a chaos. No. And the reason, listen, and there are a lot of strategic reasons involved. So what's going to happen now? All ministries, agencies are going to be on edge because you don't know after this other group, you don't know the next group that's going to be coming into place. But obviously, these people, the sitting CBR, being there from you can agree and disagree, but it's part of the government of the Republic. It's part of the government of the Republic of Liberia. No. I'm just saying that order with the CBR is very strategic. The figure being reported, the president was misled. And remember that position is a turning position. So one of the easier ways that he can also be replaced, they will go and do a deep check-in to see whether there was some sort of transaction that did not go through the process that it should have gone in. But again, I'm interested in the Mandela Cooper appointment as senior political advisor to the president. I don't understand that. I reached out to them.
Already? Now you come here with new variable. I said, have I concluded? The answer is no.
For you,
Okay.
not for me.
All right,
No.
let's move on.
No,
One
but I
more
have not
question,
concluded.
and then we're going to
You
close
were
it.
asking me a question while we're on the floor.
All right,
patron.
you got 1 minute to answer, Mali. Go ahead.
You know, very objective on each other here. You know that very well. So
Right.
what we see here is this.
You show objective or subjective?
Objective.
Okay.
The president said you are bringing in foreign auditors. When I ask him about the witch hunt thing, it's even on VOA. Okay. He had become tight-lipped on that.
I don't know why you didn't even do law.
No. He had become very tight-lipped.
You want to start the
This is why we are
Let me
independent mind on this network. He's right. He's right.
He had become.
I wanted to advocate for Mr. Mali to be a political
let me finish now. Let me learn.
The trend you going.
No, let me learn now.
Blood pressure to go high.
Yeah, let me learn. He said you are bringing in foreign auditor. The whole rescue team, the tablet on that. Fine. All right. We are watching and taking note.
Okay.
The cherry picking thing is a big news in Liberia already. One of the rare meats the man is putting out there for opposition. It's just purely wrong. Okay. No, not
all right, let me take this caller.
It's just purely wrong. The man ordered the entirety of
let me take this caller, man.
It's wrong. No, he will not. He twisting his hands.
2 weeks in government.
Let me take this caller. Water caller, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Cutter, go ahead.
Hold on, Cutter. Oh, let me go drink some water.
Cutter, are you there? Water Cutter, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Says that the consolidated account is that President we are announced.
Hold on, Cutter. Hold on. Let me hold on. Go ahead, Cutter. Okay, go ahead, Cutter. Go ahead. So when you finish, Amber can come on.
He was saying the consolidated account is $20.5 million. The consolidated account is not just one item in the account. It has that what they call it consolidated expenses and everything. When you put all together, you come up with one amount. So the president, in his wisdom, just called the US dollar component plus the Liberian dollar component, put all together, and said it was 40 million.
Oh, wait. You said the 40 million that you call the US dollar plus Liberian LD all come to 40 million?
No, Keto, it's not true.
You're in trouble.
You haven't been following it?
Okay, go ahead.
The conversion rate was 188 for something.
Keto, the independent can help you, yo.
It gives you, the actual amount that when you add it to the US dollar, it goes to 40 million. And that's where the CBL governor was saying. All right. So Amara Conan went to do the investigation because the Senate asked the former committee to go and verify and come back with a report. Amara Conan had this committee that went and they did the verification. He came back and gave his report that yes, $40 million plus were left in a consolidated account. So I don't know, because usually Fagon went on and was saying, because President Weah didn't say $20.5 million US dollar, and the other one were in Liberia. So it means Joseph Waka was right. And that's a sad thing, because it's a consolidated account. Why he didn't, when he said the president lied, why he didn't specify that was $2 billion Liberian dollar in there? He only said
okay. All right. Okay.
Another thing. Mr. Stowe, you see, when we talk about President Waka being a transparent and man of integrity, we expect the first lady to have the same kind of,
where are you going? Where are you going with that?
I'm coming. Yeah, where I'm coming to go. The first lady should have the same mindset as her husband. when it comes to leading Liberia, because now she's the mother of our nation.
Okay.
Our first lady was seen at Botneke House, telling the world that Botneke is one of her favorite persons. Even before she became first lady, she used to go to his house. She admired him. This is a man who told the Liberian people that he murdered thousands of Liberians. We saw him first in our civil war.
Carter.
Get a
I'm
mention.
telling you how this whole dynasty, the whole government, from the head, how it's so polluted.
Okay.
With
My phone, my battery is dying. My battery is dying. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carter. Thank you, Carter. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
That is unfair.
Ambrose, go ahead. Ambrose, go ahead.
Liberal.
Yes. Not bad. Go ahead. I got a charge battery, of course. Go ahead.
Can't I call my phone?
Huh? Don't worry about it. The battery is charged. Go ahead, speak.
Pato, tell the people to put their volume up.
Hold on. Somebody else calling. Hold on.
Let them put the volume up. We're not hearing this thing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Ambrose, go ahead. Finish your stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, I'm going to talk about the auditing. You see, I don't know about economic auditing and manufacturing auditing. If that's the same, I think it's the same concept. But if you do auditing take a get of rap, because if you start investigating and you come up with a scenario where you want to dig, it can lead you, they call it terror, it can lead you to almost 2005 or 2010. Or
Okay, Ambrose, there are a lot of people online tonight, so please make it brief. Hold on 1 minute. Let me merge the other person. Go ahead, Ambrose, make it brief, please. We got a lot of people on. Go ahead.
I got a caller on the phone here from Liberia.
Ambrose, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. So how you doing?
Okay. All right, thank you. What's on your mind? What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, Mr. So?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's all.
What on my mind tonight is concerning the issue that was raised concerning Jeremiah Cohn.
Okay.
The issue that was raised concerning Jeremiah Cohn, you know, the sedition, they are very good at propaganda. This fellow that they are saying today that he committed a crime in the United States, this fellow worked in the government of CDC for 6 years.
Yeah.
And they never raised the thing up. But then that you are being appointed by, and they are using the short-term laser, they are the short-term laser, a longer tail to guide them, so all the things. So they are bringing them up to create chaos between Jeremiah Cohn and Joseph Boakai. But one of the key things that I want for others to look at is this. The Chief Justice was appointed onto this side a confirmation of being whole. Human who is a former representative, who, when the election people, the kind of statement that he made to the camera, he made that statement, a confirmation was not put on hold. He went for confirmation hearing today. So what is happening between there that somebody from NDR that was recommending getting a nomination, a confirmation has been on hold, and human who said a whole lot of negative thing, a whole lot of evil thing. Now you went for confirmation hearing today, and the press is not running with it. So if we want for Liberia to be fair, let's be fair for everybody. Because the confirmation of the Chief Justice now, Justice Minister is built on mere propaganda, because generally I saying that he had a share in a business. And the man who went on the camera and said that he would kill somebody, the man went for confirmation hearing today, and nobody said anything about it. The third one is there. The government, the person, Joseph Boakai cannot get an order to GSC to audit the entire government as one. One of the reasons is GSC, the entire team of the GSC was put there by the CDC. So the owner is very clever. he will observe the 43 branches of government that the three areas that he had mandated them to audit, to see the audit report, and whether they will not be in cocoon with the government. So we gotta look at the good side and the bad side.
Okay.
GSC and INCC was Jawia before leaving the government. So who knows?
Okay. Thank you.
At least
Let's get this caller from Liberia, please.
Thank you, Mr. So.
Thank you. Thank you for expressing your view. We appreciate it. Aaron, go ahead. Aaron, you're next. Go ahead.
Mr. Toe, how you doing?
Oh, thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm just calling, to let you know you got to stop what you're doing.
Oh,
When
me?
people, each time you on your show, when people call to give their point about Joseph Waka government, then you try to call them off, say your battery not charged. You did that to me the last time. I mean, with all due respect, stop doing that. Because you guys criticize the We Are government from day one. So anything we see, we're going to criticize the Waka government. Number two, Amara Conan, who's spearhead your whole win of checking your numbers. You're calling him the numbers guy. He the one went to the central bank and confirmed the $40 million. So if President Waka lied, you'll tell him he lied.
Well, you see that my budget can die on you. When you tell the old man who's on the day the man lie, that why my battery can go dead on you. But go ahead, finish.
What wrong with
I'm
that?
done. That's it.
Okay, let's take this caller. Let's take this caller here. Caller, are you there?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, brother, for allowing me.
Just that for your business, they made them battery. When you come to
hold on 1 second. No, this is not
so let me
hold on.
discuss the issue.
Aaron is
discuss the issue. But when you start attacking the old man as though my battery can die.
Okay,
Go ahead, Mr. Stone.
That Omen platform, that Young Boy platform here, we have this conference. No voices will be left behind. It's not what you want to hear. The people got to speak their mind. That's how you can start. Caller, go ahead.
So, thank you for your advice. I'm not taking it.
When somebody is not speaking true,
they're allowed to speak their mind. They can speak their mind, but you have to do it with responsibility, and you have to do it with respect.
To say what? What is the disrespect?
I mean, you need to get a caller chance to talk now.
Exactly. Stop that. We're not in Soviet Union to run a gulag system.
Business.
Okay, go ahead. Make your point. But anyway,
So that's the thing, brother. So the opposite.
We can't hear that person.
Go ahead. People hearing you.
Yeah, you hearing me lying clear.
Go ahead. The people hearing you. Don't mind.
President Waka, press secretary.
Oh, he run from a phone. You go to your phone.
$20.5 million was the amount left in the account. When Amara Conan, like I said, from the Senate confirmed and reported to the Senate that indeed $40+ million were left by President Weah in the consolidated account. Unfortunately, we got people who will not come out to speak the truth, but they will continue to push one old man who maybe he forgot, but they don't want to say what he said. Ellen Johnson said it was a blatant lie. So, lie is not an insult. When you don't speak the truth, you speak a lie. Is that telling you that you spoke something that was not true? It's not an insult. Secondly, like I said, Joseph Waka championed the War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. That's what he pushed during his campaign. He pushed all these things that Joe failed to implement it. In the office on the back of Prince Johnson, who had to even hear War and Economic Crimes Court. As a matter of fact, when he was doing his inaugural speech, when he mentioned War and Economic Crimes Court, it was the time he passed on. Prince Johnson mocked him in his church, made fun of him, that because the open mentioned War and Economic Crimes Court, he started storming and fell off. Today, Joseph Waka nominated a man in our civil war in the Lofa County era and measured himself that he's a old effing rebel. Walk somebody to death. Today to listen to the man that he said was going to mock to death. The reason why he was going to mock that man to death because when the mob went to Thomas Fala's house, Thomas Fala called an SOS call for the joint security. He was assigned as the
in 30 seconds
of the immigration in Lopa. So he ran to Thomas Fala's house with the men, went through the fence on the backside, and he saw the crowd. When they pushed the people out of the fence, he saw that they had killed 2 people. Because of that, Nimani got angry and said this man was stopping his people from entering Lopa County from wherever.
Okay.
And he was more into that. And
All right, thank you.
So when we talking, who's telling me?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
According to Liberia, I got no distance right. Why are you cutting me off?
You calling from Liberia? That Connecticut and Liberia now? Sorry. Anyway, Mr. So, thank you very much, Carter. Mr. So, let's go ahead. Let's close it up. Ali, let's start with you. 5 minutes each, please. 5 minutes each, Mali, please. Go ahead.
So you say what? How many minutes?
5 minutes each. Mali, you got 5 minutes, please.
Yeah, but remember, Keto 2 is one of the network. You don't have
it now. Mali, you got 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Well, this.
Let me get my last point.
I got to yield until the dispute is settled.
What dispute?
All the old people that get trouble, you get problem. The one I in la bro, the one.
Mali, go ahead. I got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes out.
If Mr. Mali is in America here, because these are people that can.
There's a dispute. It needs to.
No, what I'm saying, the color is on, and the CEO tried to protect him, and you coming from the
Don't worry about it,
Mali, that appeal is granted. This guy is becoming dangerous every day, every evening on this network. The idea of kind of like silencing people is wrong, and he needs to stop. Then when he come with fake prayer, acting like praying on your eyes. Everything open and then he say he pray, but then when people call,
besides that, Mr. To, we don't want the situation to be created where someone will say, "Oh, I won't call," but one paper on our platform, by the time you say
one paper there, you know, where time people when you after you call, he say battery dying.
Okay,
go ahead, Joe.
Actually, on a serious note, he stay on.
On a very serious note. I think the mother of our nation should be the one to champion reconciliation.
See that? That one man, battery on that.
What's wrong with that?
How we can move forward when it comes to this one economic program. So instead, we saw this mother talking to somebody, and not only talking, I think she admired this individual. Before she became first lady, she used to go to this man's house, and the man didn't know because she admired him. And she felt all kinds of things standing over there, not even going to people that this man victimized. I mean, a mother of the land that been in our politics for over 40 years because she was with Joseph Walker should know what went on in our country. But to go to the people that persecuted us, that killed us, destroy our country and say, this man, I admire this man. It tells me a lot about Joseph Walker and surrounding.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mali, you got less than 5 minutes now.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make a little interjection to Keto and Omar. I think I see it to be more personal, I see it to be more private. Because the Omar going to visit this guy, making him a special friend, it's not going to put food on the poor people table in Liberia. You see? Besides that, the Omar husband traded politically with a warlord surrogate. That even more serious than the Omar going to visit this guy, and he was classified as a rescue soldier. You see, so it became difficult to discuss. That guy was a rescue soldier, and he was approved by the team, and the campaign, and they moved everywhere. You see, so Keto, I don't think I understand with you on that one. However, My issue is the assets declaration.
Right.
I don't know when the president is going to publish, because Alain, that's the sticky part now of the president asset declaration. He announced it, and the Liberian people are waiting to read this assets declaration in the newspaper. What the paper really get, what his strength, what are his strength with his politics, I mean with his wealth. People want to see it. So my question to the Liberal and Mr. Collins, why the paper made an announcement?
I wish you luck.
And he did not publish this thing yet subsequently. Now people are waiting to read, they can't read nothing. Because the meat of assets announcement is the publication. It's not just the announcement, that the publication that really made that thing serious. So why the paper say it, and up to now, he did not publish it the same time? Why? Is there another time where he's supposed to publish it? That's my question to the Liberal and Mr. Collins.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Colin, let's start with Mr. So going to take over. Terry, go ahead.
It's a question. So you don't answer a question on the foreign.
No, we're wrapping. We're done. Go ahead, Terry. We'll answer your question. Go ahead, Terry.
Mr. Mali, the puppet press secretary told you he is going to publish his assets.
When?
All right. And he already delivered it to the LACC. So when the LACC shall have a peruse the document, it will be published. So that gave us chance.
Okay.
The time have not been declared yet to us, but within soonest possible time, we believe that he will publish his asset as he said he would. He publicly deliver his asset in the same way, in the same manner, it will be published. So the hardest thing was for him to declare his asset, which he did publicly. So as he's doing it publicly, obviously he will do it. He will publish his asset. But one of the things Keto was talking about, oh, the old man did, the old man died. First of all, you need to establish why the old man went over there. This guy, Joshua Bly, have, or how you call it, Zogos that are going through rehabilitation and all of that. And the old man explained that Joshua Bly, after the war, went around and confessed to a lot of people that he hurt during the war, and that they should forgive him. And that was when she became his admirer. You understand? She started to admire him because of his level of remorse. And she went over there on the basis of those people that are under drugs influence, in order that to see how best she can also contribute to the process of what Joshua Bly is doing for those people. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. You can run with it because you're citizen, you even got nothing. President, we have all those former warlords in your government. You never said nothing about it. I'm surprised today that you coming, somebody going to go help people that are challenged drug on, because the president declared drug as health emergency. Then you hear arguing and making it other issue. I don't think you guys got anything. Number one. Number two, you're talking about Amara Conan when, and Amara Conan said this, and Amara Conan said that. Is Amara Conan the central bank? Is he the official entity responsible to announce results? The central bank went to the House of Representatives and told them, say, the money that was in the consolidated account was 20.5 million in USD and 2 billion in Liberty. President Weah said it was $40 million. That's what he said. If President Weah has said it was 20.5 million and $2 billion US, then we'll not argue. But he said it was 40 million US dollars. So the announcement of the figure is wrong. That's what we're trying to say. And even though Ambassador Boyka said it was 20 million USD, I myself too have problem with Ambassador Boyka because he did not also state the Liberty equivalent. That is where I came from. That is why I say I got problem. But to close, Mr. So and Mr. and Liberal, Jeremiah Kuhn will have to win the crowd. You see, there is a familiar quote in the Gladiator movie that I watched. And the gladiator, the guy that was taking care of the gladiator, this general went to battle, and the king died. The man, he was general over the army, and his son took over. The son killed the king, and the son took over. And when the son took over, the son ordered the king, the general, to be slaughtered. So the general escaped. Later, the guy know that the general was captured and bought as a slave, and the general was put in the ring right before the new king to fight. They will fight to the death. So the guy who bought the general, when he discovered that the general was somebody that the king thought was dead, he told the general, he said, in order for you not to allow the king to kill you, you have to win the sympathy of the crowd. Politically, that is what made Ambassador Boyka today is president. The sympathy of the crowd. It's very essential politically. When Costa King with all the things, when people said the Pape, oh, he will fall down, that was when Ambassador Boyka's story changed. Because people took it to be somebody trying to denigrate an old man. That's what the Labour just said on the show. You insulting the Pape. Those are the things that the Liberian people can take and turn around for you. You saw what happened to Stanton Waterspoon? He won the sympathy of the crowd. In politics, that is what you do. So Jeremiah Kun, submission to the Pape and following in the reputable way, the direction of the old man, you will win the sympathy of the elders of the state.
Thank you.
And because you are a young man, you will win the sympathy of the young people as well. And tomorrow, even if the Southeast do not vote for you, the rest of the other counties in Liberia plus Nima County will stand with you. And you will be surprised tomorrow that is what will prepare you to the leadership. Win the sympathy of the crowd.
Thank you. Let me go back to Mali. Mali, you got 2 more minutes. Close it. Then we'll go to Mr. So.
Oh, wow.
Like, gradually, they are surrounding to the independent voice.
Heavy is, they're looking at heavy is really moving you.
No,
thank God. But anyway, on a very serious note, President Boyka is our president right now. He's the president for every one of us, despite our differences. And I agree with Libra. You know, we come from a society where, you know, we have our politics is run with human face. And even sometimes we got to be mindful of the type of adjective we apply to President Boyka. He's the senior elderly man of that land. And so I agree with him. Sometimes we got to be a bit mindful of that, in as much as some are not in that camp, but we also come from traditional background before we even came to the United States of America. I return home right now. I got to bow to the elders. I got to take off my shoe. I got to put all my degree one side. I got to pay him. Why? Because that's the foundation we grew in honor. So I agree with him to some extent. But using it as a yardstick to penalize people by cutting them off, that's the portion that we got to keep talking to the liberal to change a little bit, because it's not looking too good. However, the president appointment, they are moving. But this is what came to my mind today, liberal. I thought the president was going to bring people on board who have connections also, to use their connection to help the government. This is what we're thinking about today. Like the educational minister, I know her. She myself met in one doctoral conference before. I know her. She's a very good lady. But my problem now is, if the people will use their connection to, you know, to link their various department to other people and help us with books, with training, if most of the ministers that they are employed have those kind of connection, I think things will be very fine for us. But I notice most of them are homeboys. They get no connection. Some of them are not even traveled to the United States before. You see? So I think that's one of the missing links I see. Yeah. Thank you. Debra for my 2 minutes.
Thank you. Mr. So, 2 seconds.
You see, I gave me.
You see, that the things you don't do, they can come on me. So you got to be very careful now, because when Mr. So get ready to deal with me, he will deal with me because of what you do to him.
I know why I'm calling about. I say, you don't do it. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, make a final statement. Go ahead.
So yeah, thank you, brother. So even though labor conducting is still the matter. So yeah, you know, I agree with Mr. Marley Jones that you know, we respect our elders.
So the question now is,
sometimes, you know, like the Bible says, children, do not provoke your parents to anger, and the Bible also calls your parents not to provoke their children to anger. When the president speaking, we should speak with integrity. We are in a political atmosphere, a very tough political atmosphere, and we know what happened to President Weah 6 years. How President Bouaka stood silently or even supported people that insulted President Weah to the letter, in his dead man. And he never one day came out as an elderly spokesman to say this is not right. So when people are talking about him today, I know you heard a lot of people who support him and consider him an old man and a traditional man. But I mean, this is what we keep saying. And I like the way you guys come on now to bring some stability to the discourse, because it is wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. My only problem is when it was wrong yesterday, I didn't hear nobody coming out to condemn it. No older person coming out to talk about we are a traditional nation. I never heard that. It was all freedom of speech. But it's a good thing now, at least we're learning from our experience. Now, somebody who is old and traditional will come to the stage and people will try to rain down disrespect to him, and we can recognize it. I hope the next time we have a younger person and we see people of these natures who will come out to speak the way they spoke to President Weah, I hope we all will come and condemning, bashing, and moving forward. I will expect the laborer, I will expect Mr. Jones to even condemn people that are going to welcome the men who they call Prophet. He comes there like on the 14th. We have a whole group of people.
Jamaica will be caught up in Ambassador. Is it what?
I come, hold on. They're going to welcome Prophet He's coming to Liberia on the 14th of this month. And they're welcoming him because he's the greatest prophet according to them. And tell me now, this man who has insulted President Weah, you think Sedition will sit down now and let a man come and enjoy the fruit of his labor by insulting President Weah and be silent with Joseph Bouaka? This is the thing you guys should be talking about. And we'll say, yes, you people have integrity when it's.
But the man said insulted Ambassador Bouaka. Let us stop, man.
That's a problem.
Man insulted everybody.
Okay.
So, yeah,
all right. Thank you, Mr. So.
What if he insulted President Weah? We should condemn it. For me, this is the reason why I turn against it and what it means.
All right. Thank you, Mr. So. Go ahead. Take on.
I'm not a big terror. And so I never liked the kid. And I call him little boy because he speaks like a little child. And so that's the same thing I say. We should speak, about the issues in our country and not attacking personalities and going to the extent where the things that you and I were growing up, we didn't say to our even peer. Somebody will say to somebody's grandmother at the time on the ground. That's sad.
Okay. All right. You see, this is what makes some of us, we are free-minded people. Because we really don't have a side, political side, where we would defend and protect our own alligator.
Nobody gets side either.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm making my closing statement.
Oh, okay.
You know how someone here who would say, when anything I say, nobody can do me nothing. People call, they want to express their view, their opinions about their country. They are not talking about your personal home. Oh, my battery is going there. When I come here and I tell people, oh, yesterday was good for me, and today is not good, it's bad. No, we can't have the country, we can't have national conversation like that. And bottom line is not about us, it's about the country. So This conversation will be done in different forms, shapes, and contexts. But we just have to be honest. With respect to Key, Prophet Key, I don't want to dwell in that. I don't know who's going to be receiving him. If the ordinary Liberian going to receive him, you can stop people. I believe in people's civil liberties. I'm not going to stop them. If the government going to receive him, how the government going to receive him, what going to be talking, those are things I want to be talking about. But for now, that's not it. But we'll continue to have this conversation. The appointment of Madam Mandela Kopo, who was one of the persons, because that position, I'm not sure how it has been received within their political bloc as political advisor to the president. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but we'll wait and see. But Libra, thank you so much. Like you said, I was on water, but it was good that I came on top of the water because I needed to be, because your talking point, your way of doing things, people frowning on it. But this is something that you enjoy doing. So, my dear friend and brother, who is within my own.
You bring your man by again.
Jones, we're in the same district here.
Now you muted. Now you'll be talking.
Yeah, I will have him here, and you see, Tara gave you a good advice here tonight.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. So.
Yeah, thank you. We'll continue to have this national conversation. I mean, we all will be different in policies.
But CEO, to be very frank with you, Terry Dreams on a spectacular job on this platform. But by the time we want to benefit, he's overshadowed.
That's the problem. So I would say,
Terry, he said he got to struggle to get out of that bubble there. He got nothing to do.
When you find yourself in the bubbles of the liberal, you got it's a hell on earth. So we gotta stand.
So I gotta suffer here.
Oh no, not you, but he gotta do it. So let us we understand what Terry is going through. You and I, we gotta stand to our feet and fight and battle against this liberal. Liberalizing this network.
No, CEO, when you say we got to fight, I think the real word is we got to fight to rescue Terry.
Oh, okay.
From the hand of the liberal.
From the liberal progressive. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Malu, thank you. Terry, thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Liberal will not start showing your voice on the network here. He won't get his way. It will not happen.
Thank you, Mr. So. Good night. And please, you're under the water, whatever it is. Folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again. I have my own friend, Alfred P. Gate is watching. P. Gate, good evening to you as well. We want to thank all of you for watching. Let me just say something here, those of you that are listening very quickly. See, people like me, some of us were born in the country. I'm from the countryside. You never look at anybody who is older than you to see the person lie. Because of Liberian politics, you're going to look at an old man like President Bakai. And most of you are educated. The Aaron Broplet, highly educated. The Walter Carter, highly educated. Can you not find other words to describe if you want to call him misleading, if you want to say a fake with the truth, but to come on Liberian public and say President Baka lie? Those are things that tremble my skin. And if I hear that, I'm ready to battery die. I want you guys to engage, to have the conversation, but to use words that you know you're not going to use on your own parent. That's unacceptable. Politics or no politics. You can say, well, they do that to Mr. Weir. Well, that's them. That's not me. And never one day. In fact, on my show, when you say lie, I warn you right away. Because that's not the kind of language that I would like for people to use on me, let alone to use it on somebody else. That is what I'm trying to get. Okay? Other than that, I think we had a beautiful show setting in for Mr. So tonight. Next week, we're going to try to mix it in. And those of you that will be watching some of my show next week, I think you will enjoy it. First of all, the first thing I want to do next week, first thing I want to start with next week is to start with different countries in terms of developmental process. We have Google Earth, we have Street View from these different countries in West Africa. And I will compare those with Liberian Street View as well. So we can start from there, and I'll be mixing it with a technical conversation and everything else. It's going to be very interesting. I'm ready. I got the tools already. My latest toolbox just came in today. Costs a lot of money, but that's okay. We're ready to build that on this platform to do what we can to make sure our brother and sister benefit from some of the things that we ourselves enjoy or some of the knowledge that we have. And I want to thank all of you again tonight. Samson told Liberia Public Radio. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Please, 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 don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe. Let's continue to pray for one another. God is wonderful. God is real. God is with us, and he will continue to protect all of us. In Jesus' name. Folks, Samson told Liberia Public Radio, I will say good night to you and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please stay safe out there.